Hey, good morning, Trey. This is Gordon Farley, lead local. I'm going to walk you through a couple competitive analysis things. But one thing I noticed, the very first thing I noticed in trying to do some research is your site's not showing up anywhere, and it should be, because it looks like your site is really pretty well done, and I there's no reason why it shouldn't be showing up um, in your town. I think it's just setting probably within your site. I'm going to give you a call after when I send this to hopefully dial it in because you should be showing up and you should be getting some calls from it. So I'm going to show you why here in a second. So I did a search for auto repair in Broadheadsville, PA. These are the search results. Okay, so your map listing shows up when I pop out the look at more listings. Now you're down here, which is fine. There are ways to improve that, called citations. They're like digital business cards that you put around different directories and different things on the internet. Now you may have already done that because it looks like your site is pretty well done and pretty well ready to go. So that'd be something that you'd want to consider if you haven't done that yet. But I'm kind of going down through here after looking at your site, expecting you to already be on the first page, especially for a smaller town. And you're not there. In fact, you're not found at all. Um, so when I came over to your site, then I went to a tool that we use called SEMrush. Um, you're simply not found in Google at all. So I think there's a setting on your site that's preventing you from getting Google traffic. It's a switch. You can tell Google not to crawl your site, which I think is what is happening, unless it's brand new. That's the other option, I suppose, that's possible. So anyway, I'm going to go into the competitive analysis here, and I'm going to pull up your first competitor, which is actually not until listing 4, because we don't count Yelps. Those are typically pretty easy to jump in the listings. So the first one here is Eurotech. Come to the site. What we look for is a lot of authoritative text, roughly 1,000 words on the homepage, really descriptive about what you're doing and where you're doing it. Obviously, these guys don't have it, so I would consider them pretty low-hanging fruit. Jump back over to SEMrush for this same business, Eurotech Auto. Here we look for a lot of backlinks. Again, just not many there. Come down here. And most of what they're getting found for is what's called branded searches, which people are typically looking for what they offer. And they're not even on the first page of that. So it tells me if we can get your site straightened out, you're going to be, I'd imagine, the top 3 pretty easily. Now, the one thing I don't know is on yours, come back to yours, is backlinks. That's one thing that that you may need to do more of. And a backlink, sorry, real quick, is like an endorsement. So a backlink from, say, Napa, really high power. Everyone knows who Napa is in the auto repair industry. It's going to carry a lot more weight than, say, a blog that I just started yesterday about, basket weaving. So all the links are good, but some are more important than others. So that's something that you need to at least look at because it's not picking many up. Now I'm going to show you a site that we did for a client here in Dayton, Smith's Auto Repair. I'm going to talk about text. We do a lot of text, and it's not necessarily for the human customer. It's for Google and the search engines to know what you do and where you do it. So what this relates to is almost 4,000 backlinks. We find a lot of backlinks for the customers, and what it means is high positions in a pretty high volume market. So Dayton's got roughly in the metro area, there's 800,000 people here. So he's ranking in the top 5 for some pretty high volume keywords. So he's getting calls daily, multiple times a day for repair services and mechanics in and around Dayton. So this is something that's going to be paying off for him for years. there's no need for him to spend any money now on advertising or marketing, because he's got organic calls coming in. I come to your site real quick. I think it's really pretty well done. I could tell it was professionally done, because some of the linking that's set up, the verbiage, the content. The only thing that just is, it's either brand new or you've got a setting turned off where Google can't see your site. That's what I'm thinking. So that's it for now. I'm going to post this to YouTube, send you a link. I'm going to give you a call too as well to see if we can get that setting ironed out, because you should be showing up and you're not. So we'll get that figured out for you. All right. Thanks, Trey. See ya.